Monster. My name is Ruth, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the newest trailer. Yes, we have an official trailer for Disney and Pixar's upcoming film, LUCA. I already did a review for the teaser release about this movie, but baby, we got a whole trailer to analyze. So let's get into it. So we have two friends. Yes, we know they're not brothers. They're friends, LUCA and Alberto. This movie is called LUCA, so you can assume that he's the main character, and he also has the most screen time of any of the characters in the teaser and the trailer, so that's our boy. The trailer opens with LUCA and Alberto in their sea monster form. Yes, these two are actually sea monsters. I know, my trust issues are getting worse with every new Disney movie, I swear. But we learned that this is actually their true form, and we see LUCA yearning to be above the surface of the water, but he's scared. There's obviously some trauma or something triggering about being above water. He tries to work up the courage on his own, but isn't able to actually do it until Alberto comes and teases him. Alberto has this basket of building materials. They all kind of look like recyclables that maybe were dumped in the water by humans. They might use these materials later to build a scooter, so maybe this is like a long time project that Alberto's been waiting to recruit LUCA to help him with. I think the most exciting part about this trailer was that we got to see more of the boys' underwater home. LUCA lives in this cave, and we actually get to see his mother. Now, she appears entirely sea monster. Obviously, they all do when they're submerged in water. But I can assume that the whole shape-shifting thing is genetic, so if LUCA is able to shift into a human being whenever he's not wet, I can assume that his mom does too. But she reminds LUCA that he is not allowed to go to the surface. So, you know, she's just as opposed to the humans as they are to her race. The two races obviously have a very rough and complicated history with each other based on the things shown in the town, right? We have so many paintings and sculptures and statues of the humans slaying the sea monsters. We haven't really been exposed to the sea monster side of the story. I'm not really sure if the sea monsters are also attacking humans. We also don't know if they're being attacked for food or for sport or for, you know, evil reasons. Oh, also like the dad's tattoo, clear sign. Yeah, these two groups of people don't like each other. And probably have not for a long time. But despite all these threatening signs, LUCA and Alberto still want to venture into the human world just to see all the fun things there are to do as a human. I mean, if you can turn into a human and a sea monster, wouldn't you kind of want to experience both? I mean, like best of both worlds, you know? For the majority of the trailer and the teaser, it appears that they are on land as humans. And we're told that they spend the entire summer in Puerto Rosa, which, gosh, props to the animation team for this one. I mean, visually, the setting looks so gorgeous. I mean, the underwater scenes, you know, were pretty dark. I didn't see anything too magical despite the very colorful sea monsters that live down there. And again, we only saw the mom. I don't know how many sea monsters are actually left. Guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be a revenge story. LUCA is going to the top to get revenge for his ancestors being massacred. I'm calling it now. Either way, it's clear that LUCA has never been to the surface before. He's a bit nervous in some parts of the trailer. He's very focused on the idea of trying to fit in and trying to understand the humans. But towards the end of the trailer, we said he seems a lot more comfortable on land and even seems to prefer it over his underwater home. LUCA spent his whole life underwater, and he thinks it's boring. So like any Disney princess, he just wants something more. I mean, he is basically Ariel, right? He just doesn't have a tall, dark, and handsome Prince Eric laid across the beach for him to go and swoon over. He has other motives, which we don't actually know why. I mean, Alberto obviously is kind of pushing him to go see the surface, but LUCA seems to have his own interest in going too, so hopefully we'll learn more about that. Wait, I already know though. It's so that he can avenge his people. I'm telling you guys. It does seem that Alberto has experienced life on the surface before. He's not scared at all and seems to know exactly where he's walking and just wants to have fun while he's there. Alberto actually informs LUCA explicitly that everything is good on the surface, and that's a powerful statement. I don't know what the heck happened, but Alberto obviously only has great vibes with being on the surface and on land and with the humans. I guess like nothing bad has happened, which is very surprising considering the neighborhood. Alberto takes LUCA to this kind of abandoned place with a lot of human things. I don't know if Alberto has collected those over the years or if they just broke into someone else's home. But either way, they get a wardrobe change. hope we learn more about like how long Alberto has been coming to land and if he's the first one and what drove him to go explore there and why he likes it so much, why he's not scared. What like made him decide to bring Luca this time? Is it because he's old enough? Oh, he probably just wants help building the scooter. We don't get to see Alberto's parents, so maybe Alberto just has no fear associated with this surface because he doesn't have a parent telling him not go, so he's like, oh no. But you guys, let's take a second to realize something here. Yes, the town of Porto Rosso is beautiful, and they have gelato and pasta and scooter rides, but these boys are literally surrounded 24/7, because again, they stay the entire summer, by an entire race of people who want to kill their kind. Like, honestly, how do they sleep at night comfortably? Okay, real quick though, I have a lot of questions about their shape-shifting powers, and I don't know, Pixar is kind of famous for leaving us without answers, like, you know, what happens on the inside of the car, and the car is going to be someone driving it, who knows? Pixar doesn't like to tell us everything, and I respect that, but I want to know what the limits to their powers are. Are there any weaknesses? Because just being able to change, okay, because they're able to change from being sea monsters to humans based on what, like, parts of their body are where. So when they're in water or they're wet, they turn into their true form, which is sea monsters. I say true form because it seems as though that's their base, that's where they live, that's where their kind is. But, okay, so you see this poster, like, Luca's body parts that are underwater are his sea monster form, but the parts of his body that are above water and I guess are dry are in human form. But it's obviously a pretty quick change time because they will like fly up in the air and after jumping out of the water, they'll just turn human again after like 1 second. So maybe it's the sun? Does that activate it? Because like here their heads are up, but they're still sea monster heads. But then in the famous scene when Luca like sprays water in Alberto's face, the part of Alberto's face changes. That's the part that's wet. But it stays in sea monster form for a bit, right? Because then they're under the table. I guess because it needs to dry? I don't know the physics of it, but it doesn't make sense. And I also want to know how common their race is, you know, because it seems like there's a lot of sea monster propaganda around the village. Like, okay, also how can they breathe underwater but also over water? And does something bad happen if they don't hydrate every so often? I mean, fish need water to live. Are they like a sponge? Do they like need to retain water so that they don't dry out? I'm just saying, because it's not like they're cursed, right? It's not like Ariel, where she were given her legs and had a certain requirement that she had to fulfill, and if she didn't by that time, then, you know, blah, blah, blah. There's no, like, rule, it seems. They just get to go from one form to the other based on where they are. So that's kind of OP, though. I'm just saying, it doesn't seem like they're sea monsters. It seems like they're a true hybrid that is as equally human as sea monsters. There's no discrepancy. You know, they can do anything a human can do, seemingly, as a human. Okay, but if the sea monsters were killed back in the day were also humanoid things, then couldn't they have just like shapeshift when they were attacked by the humans to show the humans that they are like one and the same? Because then the human hunters could have been charged for murder. Okay, I'm just saying, looking forward, I'm just wondering how all this is gonna play out. Sorry, I like to theorize. Like, Luca and Roberto are obviously gonna mess up and someone is going to see their real identity, right? Like, they wouldn't put this in a movie if that wasn't gonna happen. But, like, I don't think the people in the village want to kill them anymore, actually, if they were to see them suddenly turn to a sea monster, because they'd be eating humans, like, partly. And I don't know, maybe they are cannibals. I don't know, you know, it just seems like for a lot of the trailers they're running around trying to hide their form, but how bad would it be if the people realized? They'd be like, oh my god, you're both. Like, they'd probably be like, we can't be friends. They wouldn't be like, let me eat you. I don't know. Or wait, maybe that's it. Maybe the secret to ending this, like, century-long war is to just reveal the sea monster's secret, right? That they're human, too. And then they can just, like, coexist. Pixar, you do it again. You tried to trick me. I see you. Also, I bet some of the humans that we saw living on the island in the trailer are actually, because it makes sense, right? If Alberto found the human society so easily, then so would some of his ancestors, and I'm sure some of them would have preferred to be human. Okay, sorry, enough with the theories. This seems like just a really wholesome movie about two outsiders going on a journey of self-discovery to explore this new world and to try and gain acceptance so that they can take over and get revenge for centuries of their ancestors being murdered. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Luca and Alberto make a friend named Julia, and she seems so fun, and I obviously really like her. She's weird and quirky and, you know, just awesome, because who wants normal, boring friends? Also, she pulls up with this whole wagon attached to, like, her bike. heck yeah. The boys are swooning over the fancy bright red scooter. I'm much more into her ride. The trio obviously become best friends, though I wonder if Alberto knows anyone in the town from like last time, or if he usually lays low when he visits. It definitely seems like Luca does more of the talking in the trailer. Wait, so maybe Alberto is a little afraid of the humans. Julia doesn't seem to know that the boys are actually sea monsters, and obviously no one else can. I mean, when the boys are meeting Julia's dad, he literally says that he kills anything that swims. So I totally get why they're keeping their identity a secret, especially because, well, I mean, you saw it. That blood on the knife. Like, okay, we all remember when Carl beat up construction worker Steve's mailbox. Gosh, okay, Pixar knows when to use blood, and I don't know why, but it just always stands out to me, right? It's like, that knife. I don't know. That would scare me into going back to the ocean. On a happier note, though, Julia's dad's cat looks like Omni-Man! And I need a plushie, like, immediately. Luca, Alberto, and Julia form the Underdogs. That's their little group club name, because the bully of the town, profiles them as losers, but, he's the real loser. We actually get to see more of the bully group in the trailer, so it's obvious that they're going to be kind of an antagonist for the movie, which is weird because I feel like Luca and Alberto are hiding this huge secret from the entire village, but maybe it'll be one of those things where the kids kind of secretly know, and then it's up to them whether or not they tell the adults. Though, I don't know, I feel like it seems as though Luca wants to stay on land, or at least be allowed to go back and forth, and I don't think that could easily happen unless the secret is revealed. I don't know, we'll see where Pixar takes it. But it is actually the main bully who has the fancy red scooter. That's interesting. Also, for some reason, in the trailer, it seems as though Julia starts to show Luca around the island instead of Alberto. Not really sure why. Oh, okay. I see it, girl. Like, in this scene, it seems as though she's teaching him how to ride a bike, and Alberto is just not having it. Like, he wants to do something else. This is not why he came here. This is not why he brought Luca here. They were on a mission. And then, of course, Luca and Julia have that romantic laydown on the roof. Luca is shown very, very scared and just overall paranoid in some scenes towards the end of the trailer, and he'll say things like, this is too dangerous and we'll be seen. So I wonder if there's a bigger mission going on than just them visiting for the summer. I mean, that would make sense. I am excited to know more about that, though. Because again, revenge story, like this is just leading up perfectly. Perfectly. There's also this weird shot of Luca and Alberto riding on the red scooter, which, I don't know, there's no way they got their hands on that unless the bully made friends. But they're driving through this yellow flowered hills that, I don't know, didn't really seem like they were part of the island, so maybe that's a daydream scene. And then we have an even trippier scene where Luca is running on Saturn's ring in space. I mean, a lot of this movie, I feel like, is still up in the air for how things are going to go. Again, we have no idea what the powers are about or what the sea monster versus the humans thing are about. Julia keeps giving Luca advice about how he should do whatever he wants to do, and even if he doesn't believe in himself, he should. And that kind of motive only happens if someone really has a dream, and I get that Ariel's dream was to live among the humans, but Luca was so scared of that in the beginning that I don't think that was his dream, so I'm wondering what she could have been giving him advice on. We'll have to see when the movie comes out. And actually, Luca's going to come out for free, thank God, on Disney Plus, June 18th of this year, so 2021. If you're watching this in like 2050, wow, I'm realizing now a lot of videos on here aren't very rewatchable. But I was trying to bring the hype. Let me know how right I was on my theories. It definitely would be really pretty, I think, to see this movie in theaters, but obviously because of the world right now, can't do that. But I'm still just happy it'll be free. I just want to point out here that the theatrical poster for this movie literally splits. So the top is showing the human world and the bottom is showing the sea monster world, which we barely saw any of the sea monster world in the trailer. So I'm like confused because it takes up half the poster. So should I expect half the movie to be underwater, or is it just trying to show the split between his two worlds? Because it just seems like we're in the human world as a sea monster, or as a human who's really a sea monster. It seems too like one-sided for the poster to be this dramatic. I'm really excited for this movie, though. It does seem really wholesome and cute, but also mysterious, which I'm liking. Like, I want to know so much about the village and the sea monster war and just the underwater stuff, like what these hybrid creatures are, how they came to be, I have a lot of questions. Also, the entire backstory as to why they have to keep their identity secret and where they got it, just... But that's all I actually have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe all down below. Check out all the other videos we have for you here on Nerd Culture. And yeah, as always, have a super sparkly day.